Boom, boom. Good morning. Happy Monday. I had enough caffeine to energize a big animal. Anyways, good morning, guys. Welcome to the English Language School. I kind of look funny today. I don't know. I don't like that. Anyhow, doesn't matter. No one cares. I hope you had a good weekend. I oops, I'm looking to see who my beautiful people are. I see no one yet, but that is okay. We have a good lesson today. We are going to talk about amounts, a lot, a little, a lot of, a little of. It will be actually very, very good. We will continue some of the vocabulary for the weather and weather-like conditions, and that will be something that we practice today. But first, I want to start with the irregular verbs. We will listen and practice the irregular verbs and their pronunciation. I know what you're thinking. Ay, qué tan aburrido. Yeah, I know. But it's very, very good for us to practice, especially for the sake of pronunciation. So, I'm going to drink my coffee and practice with you guys. If we can play that and then
Was,
take me off. You're wonderful. So beautiful.
was, are, were. Begin, began. Blow, blew. Break, broke. Build, built. Buy, bought. Catch, caught. Come, came. Cut, cut. Do, did. Draw, drew. Drive, drove. Eat, ate. Fall, fell.
Miss Virginia.
Feed, fed. Find, found. Fly, flew. Get, got. Give, gave. Go, went. Have, had. Hold, held. Keep, kept. Know, knew. Lead, led. Leave, left. Let, let. Make, made. Mean, meant. Meet, met. Pay, paid. Put, put. Ride, rode. Run, ran. Say, said. See, saw. sell, sold, send, sent, set, set, sit, sat, sleep, slept, speak, spoke, speed, sped, spend, spent, swim, swam, teach, taught, tell, told, think, thought, throw, through, win, won, write, wrote.
All right, guys. So, if we don't have any questions, tomorrow we are going to practice with the word, bring and brought. It's not in the video, but it's something that we will practice. But today we are going to focus on the lesson. Today we are working on Unit 3, Lesson 3, and we are talking about, next slide, we are talking about a lot and a little, weather and measurements. So let's start first with the weather. The first word in our vocabulary is the word wind. I like this word, wind. Things blow in the wind, wind. The second word is snow, snow, and ice, ice. Usually ice is on the ground and the snow falls like frozen rain, kind of. The next word is sun, sun. And the next word is sunshine, sunshine. Sometimes the word sunshine is called sunlight, sunlight. All right, let's take a look at our next slide. Okay, now here we have the word a lot and a little bit. A lot and a little bit. So first, if you remember, there's as in there is, the contraction is there's. There's a little bit of, or there's a lot of whatever. You'll notice that with the word there's a little bit of, we need the word of at the end. You'll see in the red bucket, the food, I guess dog food, is a small amount. When the amount is small, we say a little bit of. A little bit of. Now, Ms. Carlita, if you remember our pronunciation for little, 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 it sounds a little bit like the letter R, little, 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 a little bit of. When you have a small amount of something, we tend to say a little bit of. When you have a large amount of something, we'll say a lot, a lot, a lot of. Again, we'll use that combination, a lot of, a lot of, a lot of. Okay, so a little bit of, and a lot of. You'll see in the next slide. Let's look. The first one is many pieces of chips. When you say the word pieces, pieces is like parts, right? You have parts of something. So many pieces of chips or a lot of chips. You can say a lot of. You can go through all of them, but stay on the page, as there's a lot of arrows. Hi, Miss Brenda. Good morning. We have a lot of and many pieces of. A few pieces of and a little bit of. So let's go and look at the first two to the left. Okay. Many pieces of, meaning you have a large amount. Equally, you have the word a lot of, a lot of. So you have some options. You can say many pieces of, or you can say a lot of. Okay? So let's make one sentence together. Maybe there is, or the contraction, there is, there's a lot of potato chips. Or in the bottom, I don't know, what's that a picture of? Cranberries? Cherries? I like cherries. Cereal. Let's use cereal. What kind of cereal is red? A lot of cereal. There is a lot of cereal. There's a lot of cereal. What is there a lot of in your kitchen? What is there a lot of in your kitchen? Miss Virginia is going to write the question in the comment section below. So even if you are not logged in, you can see the question. I'll ask the question again, and I'm going to ask you guys to come up with your own answers. What is there a lot of in your kitchen? What is there a lot of in your kitchen? Hi, Joe. Good morning. What is there a lot of in your kitchen? Hi, Kelly. Ooh, yes. There's a lot of dishes in my kitchen. You know, there's a lot of dishes in my kitchen too. There's a lot of frijoles, beans. In my kitchen, there's a lot of beans in my kitchen, personally. Porque como frijoles diario. I eat a lot of beans, and so I have a lot of beans in my kitchen. There's a lot of beans in my kitchen. There's a lot of soap in my kitchen. I don't know. Anyways, make your sentence in the comment section below. If you don't like that sentence, let's try the next one. There's a lot of sugar in my kitchen. Woo, well done, Brenda. It's beautiful. I love it. Cereal and vegetables in my kitchen. That is absolutely perfect, Carlita. I love it so much. You're beautiful. Perfect. I love it.
Okay, now let's do a little bit of.
All right, let's try a little bit of. Por cierto, by the way, you'll notice in the bottom I have the word of, and it says it's equal to the sound of. Very commonly, what we do is we'll see the OF and we'll hear the word of. of. So, a little bit of, a little bit of, a little bit of. So, we looked before. I have a lot of cereal and vegetables in my kitchen. Or, like Miss Brenda, I too have a lot of sugar in my kitchen. But what about maybe a little bit of or a little of? I like a little bit of because it's a small amount, a small amount. So, what? Let's look at a new word, kinds. Kinds and type are the same when you have a variety. I have a little bit of water in my house. Kinds and type talk about a variety. So maybe you want to say that you have, maybe I'm wearing two kinds of colors, yellow and black.
There's a little bit of white.
And there's a little bit of white. What kinds of foods do you eat a little bit of? For example, you know, yes, Avin, you already know, I drink a lot of coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. But, you know, I don't drink tea often. Often. Muy pocas veces. So I drink a little bit of tea. I drink a lot of coffee and I drink a little bit of tea. I eat a lot of beans and I eat a little bit of meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of beans and a little bit of meat. So, what? Ooh, look at you. Excellent with all the sentences. So, what kinds of food do you eat a little bit of? What kinds or types or varieties of food do you eat a little bit of? Put your answer in the chat section below and we will read them out loud. What kinds of food do you have a little bit of? Beautiful Miss Virginia has put some examples in the chat already that you can see even if you are not registered. Ooh, I eat a lot of beans. This is true. That was my example. Do you? Cool. You know, I don't eat a lot of bananas. Probably I should, yeah. Potassium is good for you, good for the soul. I eat a lot of bananas in my home, and I drink a little bit of coffee. That was well done. Good job, Miss Aran. I mean, this is about Miss Aran. She's so smart. She's so smart. All right, let's look at the next slide. We have more examples of a lot of and a little bit of. Okay, so when you want to say a lot, you can also use the word many. Many is equal to the word a lot of. Try to do it without my glasses because they keep falling off. Many cars. You can say many cars, or you can say, ooh, I drink a little bit of water. Little bit sería separada, Carlita, pero muy bien. Muy bien. I drink a little bit of water is beautiful. Many cars. Many cars is equal a lot of cars. Much energy. Much energy. A lot of energy. Now this one is a little bit more complicated because now we are talking about the difference between much and many. If we go to the next slide, we can see the difference between the word much and many. Who knows? When do we say much and when do we say many? We talked about this a little bit last Thursday, and we have a quiz on this today, so we get some time to practice. If you have something that is plural, actually, you know what? Mentiras. Can we go back to the previous slide? All right. When you have something that is plural, for example, cars, many cars. The word cars is plural, so we will say many. Energy, singular, so we will say much. When you say, I have a lot of, the secret is you can use a lot of for everything. If your intention is many, or your intention is much, many and much are different, but a lot of is good for both. So, for example, you see many cars, muchos carros. Because the word cars está plural, we use many. And because the word energy is singular, we use the word much. But for both, we can say a lot of, a lot of. So let's look at the top. Many cars is equal a lot of cars. Much energy is equal to a lot of energy. Now, many cars is not equal to few cars, and much energy is not equal to little energy. Now, let's look at the next slide. And yes, ma'am, she is correct. Okay. Now, when your intention is not many, not much, we will say either a few or a little. So for example, not a lot. In the negative form, the negative is not a lot. For example, we'll go back to my coffee example. I drink a lot of coffee. I drink a large amount of coffee. I don't drink a lot of, not a lot. I drink not a lot of tea. It's the opposite and in negative. But equal to the negative is to say few or little. A little tea. So for example, I drink a lot of coffee, but I drink a little bit of tea, or a little tea. A little bit and a little are equal, and you can use both. Now, if your intention is to say, solo un poco, a little, you can say at least some, or you can say a few or a little. Let's look at the next slide. Now we get to, Next slide. Now we are going to use the combination, right? You have a lot of rain and a little bit of rain. Big difference, right? There's a lot of rain. There's a little bit of rain. There's a lot of rain, there's a little bit of rain. Por cierto, by the way, when you say a lot of rain, they call that a downpour. If Miss Virginia will be so kind as to put that word, vocabulary word, in the comment section. A lot of rain is equal to downpour. So you can say, there's a lot of rain, or there's a downpour. Downpour. I like that word. There's a little bit of rain. There's a little bit of rain. By the way, por cierto, there's a little bit of rain is equal to there's a sprinkling of rain or a sprinkle of rain. Sometimes we say, what is it? Sprinkle and drizzle. Sometimes we say drizzle. So if it's a small amount, a little bit of rain, the name is drizzle or sprinkle. There's a little bit of rain, there's a drizzle of rain. It's your choice. Anyways, I like that word, drizzle. Drizzle. Chippy chippy. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's accurate. All right, so let's take a look at the next slide. Good old San Antonio. Here in San Antonio, it gets very, very hot quickly.
You don't say there's a lot.
But we don't say there's a lot of hot. What do we say? There's a lot of heat. Heat. The
Spanish is calor.
In Spanish, the word is calor. In French, the word is chaud. When you have heat, calor, chaud, when you're talking about the temperature, you don't say, oof, I have a lot of hot. You will say, I have a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat. In San Antonio, Texas, there's a lot of heat. Fun story. Well, okay, boring story. Yesterday, I went running 10 in the morning. And when I came back after 10 minutes, I was so hot because there was, in pasado, there was a lot of heat. 10 in the morning and still a lot of heat. I was, pasado, I was so hot. It was difficult, but you know, I survived. All right. Next slide, if we can. There's a lot of heat. In San Antonio, there's a lot of heat. All right. So now, if we could go back so we can look at them all one by one, I'm sorry. Let's look at the nouns. Each of these is the noun. So when you say, there's a lot of, you need a noun after. Hay algo. Hay mucho de algo. There's a lot of, and then something. So for example, there's a lot of sunshine. There's a lot of sunshine. Or let's look at the next noun. There's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain. There's a lot of wind. There's a lot of ice. There's a lot of fog. Fog is when the clouds are in the street. Maybe there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat. Bienvenido a San Antonio. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of humidity. De nuevo, bienvenido a San Antonio. There's a lot of humidity. All right. And then the last one is there's, huh? Ah, do you see the picture? What can you write in the comment section below? What word is described in that picture?
There's a lot of sunshine.
There's a lot of sunshine. Is there a lot of rain? Is there a lot of fog? What do you think there's a lot of in the picture? Because there is a lot of something. Do, 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 do. There should be another picture if you press one more, I think.
It's the answer.
Oh, is it? Sorry. Thank you. I was like, I knew I saw a picture.
Do I give the answer?
Let's give the answer because we have one more. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fog.
It's different from rain. Somebody answered rain.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Miss Carlita. There is a lot of fog. Eso, Miss Lorena, is fog. Fog is like the clouds in the street and it's very dark. Normally, it's in the morning and it makes it difficult to see very far away. Neblina. Neblina. Interesante. Neblina. Gracias, Lorena. Good morning. All right. Let's take a look at the next slide. Okay. Again, we have our vocabulary words that we can practice really quickly. Say it with me. Sunshine, rain, wind, ice, fog, fog, heat, humidity, and? Is that it? All right. Let's look at the next picture. Neblina. Ooh, what does that look like? What is there a lot of? What is there a lot of in this picture? Or what is there a little bit of? Because it's not very strong. It's kind of weak. What is there a little bit of? What is there a little bit of in the picture? Is it sunshine, rain, ice, wind? What is there a little bit of? It's true. There is sunshine in the picture. What else is in the picture? What else is kind of moving in the picture? There's a little bit of wind. There's a little bit of wind. Yes, Carlita, your answer is correct. I apologize. All right, let's look at the next slide. There's a little bit of wind. Wind es viento. All right, now in the next slide, you see what? Humidity. Oof, I do not like humidity. In this question, there's a lot of humidity. There's a lot of humidity. The humidity, if you look next, you see in the forest with all of the clouds and oof, usually is very hot It makes my hair go poof. It's humidity. I think in Spanish the word is humedad. Humedad is the first word I learned to complain with. There's a lot of humidity.
It's the percentage of water in the air.
Okay. Humidity is the percentage of water in the air. Okay. Humidity is also water vapor in the air. So now, let's look at the adjectives. We just talked about nouns, like there's a lot of and there's a little of. In this case, when we talk about the adjectives, we want to say simply como hay. It's sunny, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's windy.
In Spanish es está soleado, está nubleado.
I'm not going to do that. Because it's a lot of explanation, I'm sorry. The adjectives sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, icy, foggy. And then humid. That's the only one that's kind of weird. You'll notice that when you have, yeah, Brenda, you're awesome. When you have an adjective, you say it's, como está, as Miss Virginia was explaining. It's is como está, but in this case, you have to say it's, not there is. There is, if you look, if we move forward in the animation, I think, there is, there's, means that you have a thing. So there's a lot of sunshine, or there's a lot of sun, there's a lot of clouds, there's a lot of rain. But on the left side, when you talk about the adjectives, sunny, listen, sunny, cloudy, rainy, icy, etc. The last letter should have a Y and the sound should be E. Rainy, sunny. So when you talk about the adjective, sunny, cloudy, rainy, it's, está, está, está. When you talk about the noun, the thing, you like sunshine, sun, or clouds. There's a lot of, or there's a little bit of, what have you. So for example, there's a lot of sun, or there's a lot of rain, there's a lot of fog. When you talk about the adjectives, it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's foggy. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ms. Saran. Thank you very much. It's sunny. Let's go to the next slide. I don't know what the next slide is. I think we have a quiz. Yeah, that's right. We have a quiz. Now, today it is not in the Kahoot. We are going to look at the quiz online. Okay? And this one is going to be over much and many. If you have questions, and excuse me, a little and a few, isn't there another one? Sorry. If you have any questions about the content of the quiz or what we talked about in the lesson today, you can make a comment in the comment section below. Yeah, I think this is the one, if you might could zoom Mostly because I can't see it. Sorry. All right. So here we're talking about many, much, few, and little. This one is maybe a bit of a challenge because it's kind of like a level 2 quiz. But I think everyone is very strong and capable. So let's try. Okay. Number 1. I've been very busy recently. I don't have free time. Should it be many, much, few, or little? Oof, this is a proper challenge. I've been very busy recently. I don't have free time. Because it is negative, we are going to use either many or much. When it is negative, cuando es negativo, usamos many or much. When it's negative, we will often use many or much. No tengo mucho tiempo. Now, with time, is it singular or plural? Singular. So if we talk about something that is singular and negative, what do we say? Much. I don't have much time. Because it's negative and singular, we will use the word much. Number 2. Music stars usually don't have real friends. They live a lonely life. Again, is the sentence positive or negative?
Negative.
It's negative. And this noun, friends, real friends, is it singular or plural? It's plural. Because we have something plural and negative. If it's negative, we use much or many. And then if it's plural, we'll use the word many.
Okay, say that again.
So if it is negative, we use the word much or many, uno lo otro si es negativo, much or many. And then if it's plural, we use not much, pero many, many. For number 2, we will use many. So si está plural, many. Si está singular, much.
Oh, sorry.
Si está singular, much. Gracias. Thank you. And si está negativo, much or many. Si está positivo, few or little. So, thank you, Mr. Ran. So again, music stars usually do not have many real friends.
This was plural.
Many. Why many? Because it is plural. Let's take a look. Thank you, Ms. Lorena. Let's take a look at number 3. How cars has Justin Bieber got? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so cars. Cars, is it singular or plural? Looking at your notes in the chat description that beautiful Miss Virginia gave. Cars, singular or plural? Singular or plural? Cars is plural. So if cars is plural, what is the answer for number 3?
Okay, dice que quiere saberlo en negativo.
Absolutely. If you have, thank you, Miss Carlita. If you have something that is negative, like do not or am not, something negative, we use the word much or many. Also, if you have a question, you will use much or many. So, for example, I don't have many friends, or I don't have much time. For the question, do you have many friends? Or do you have much time? With negative and questions, usually we use much or many, depending on singular or plural. For my friends who speak Spanish, I will explain in Spanish. Cuando tenemos una pregunta, normalmente vamos a utilizar una forma de la palabra much o many, uno o lo otro, depende si es singular o plural. Y también si tenemos una frase que es negativo, usualmente vamos a utilizar la palabra much o many. Much o many, usualmente negativo o pregunta, puede ser uno o lo otro. A veces usamos little, few, cuando tenemos una pregunta, pero normalmente si es una pregunta como cuánto o cuántos. When the question is how much or how many, especially for a price, we will not say how a little, we will only say how much. When you want to know the price of, I don't know, a cup of coffee or a sandwich. I'm hungry. When you want to know the price of something, you will use the word either much or many. You have heard how much is that coffee, or how much for the little girl. How much for the little girl to go to school? That came out bad. How much for that coffee, or how much is that book? How many times? ¿Cuántas veces? How many times did she go to school? Or how many times did he intentar de llamar? How many times did she try to call? How much is that coffee? How many cars do you have? How many cars do you have? How much is that coffee? Okay, so, ¿tenemos más preguntas? Do we have any more questions? That was a really good question, Ms. Carlita. Thank you. Thank you for that question. All right, so now let's go back to number 3. In number 3, we have a question. Is it positive? Yes, because it's a question. Now with a question, ¿qué utilizamos? Much or many? We will use the word many or much, right? Pero cars, gracias, Carlita. When you have a car, do you use much or many? ¿Es singular o plural? Is it singular or is it plural? Ah, eso. Thank you very much. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are so awesome. It is many. How many cars has Justin Bieber got? I don't know. The curious part of me wants to know. Number 4, we don't know how snow is in front of the parking garage entrance. We don't know how snow there is in front of the parking garage entrance. Okay, so for number 4, okay, is a sentence. Is it positive or negative? We have the word don't, so it is negative. We don't know. No sabemos. So, we don't know how snow there is in front of the parking garage entrance. Now, snow, singular or plural? Yes, Miss Carlita, it is negative. And if we have something negative, we will use either much or many. Now, snow, is it singular or plural? Do you see the S at the end of the word snow? No. Because there is no S, we know it is not plural, and we will use the word much. Thank you, Miss Lorena. How much snow there is in front of the parking garage entrance. We don't know how much snow there is in the parking garage entrance because snow is uncountable and technically it is singular. Good job, Miss Lorena. She's on it today. All right. Number 5. Each year they get new clients. Ooh, this one's quite the challenge. Okay. Each year they get new clients. Now, is this sentence positive or negative? It's a positive sentence, it looks like. Ooh, a good deal of, plenty, a lot of. Okay, actually, this one is a good one. This is definitely a level 2 kind of thing. If you remember from the slide in the PowerPoint, we need the word of. So we are going to choose something that has that option. Either a good deal of or a lot of. We cannot say a lot new clients. We must say a lot of. Of is necessary of. A good deal of, if we can highlight that one, a good deal of and a lot of are very, very similar. A lot of and a good deal of, or a good number of, means more or less the same thing. But in this case, the answer should be a lot of. Each year, they get a lot of new clients. All right, number 6. Tom has got ideas on how to get the young involved in after-school activities. Tom has got ideas on how to get the young involved in after-school activities. Okay, so first, positive or negative? It is positive. And because it's positive, this is definitely good. Okay, because it is positive, we are going to use what? Much or a lot, lots or a lot of. Yeah, we will use a lot of. Why? Because we need of. Excellent job, Miss Carlita. Now, Miss Carlita answered a lot of. And a lot of is equal to that answer, lots of. Tom has got lots of. Tom has got a lot of. Both of those are good answers. Tom has got a lot of ideas of how to get the young involved in after-school activities. Good job, Miss Carlita. Excellent answer. All right, let's take a look at number 7. I am sorry, but I cannot visit you today. I have to do. To do. Oof, I have things to do. I got things to do. I am sorry, but I cannot visit you today. I have to do. Plenty of, a lot of, or lots of. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my. It's almost time to go. Did not realize so. I'm sorry, but I cannot visit you today because I have a lot to do. Why a lot and not of, you ask? ¿Por qué no of? Because in this case, we have a verb, to do. Is it a thing? No, it is a verb. So because we have a verb, we will change from a lot of to just simply a lot. I have a lot to do. I have a lot to clean. Tengo mucho para limpiar. I have a lot to clean. Maybe I have a lot to prepare. Tengo mucho de preparar. I have a lot to cook. Tengo mucho para cocinar. I have a lot to cook. I have a lot of water because water is a thing. Or I have a lot to clean because clean is a verb.
It translates exactly. Tengo mucho que limpiar.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Tengo mucho que
Lot to clean.
tengo mucho que limpiar. Tengo mucho que cocinar. Tengo mucho que
Yeah, you know what
lavar. I don't know. All right, last one for today, and then we will go to our reading. Number 8. There are chairs for everyone to sit. There are chairs for everyone to sit. Okay, first and most important. Positive or negative? If it is negative, we use much or many. But this sentence is positive. Because it's positive, we will use either plenty, few, or plenty of.
Plenty in Spanish is bastante.
Plenty in Spanish is bastante o bastante de if it's plenty of. Now, when we say that there are chairs, is it a noun or a verb? Thing or a verb? Because the word chairs is a noun, we will say of. We have to say of. So there are plenty of. Plenty is como bastante de sillas. There are a plenty of chairs for everyone to sit. With your permission, I know we are a little bit late, but we are going to just read through one time, and then tomorrow we can take our quiz on the reading. I'm going to read one time through. This reading it's a level 1, and it's all in present tense, mostly because it's Monday.
Will I make the reading large and take you out?
Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. It was a hot day. The sun was shining in the sky. The air was sticky. It was a Sunday afternoon. Jane was thirsty. She went to the kitchen to get a drink. She opened her refrigerator. There was nothing to drink inside. Jane grabbed some lemons and a big pitcher. She cut the lemons in two. She filled the large pitcher of water with water. She squeezed the lemons into the pitcher of water. She opened her cabinet to get the sugar. She poured some sugar into the pitcher of water and lemon juice. She had made lemonade. She took a sip of the lemonade. It needed more sugar. She grabbed the bag of sugar and poured a little more. She took another sip. The lemonade tasted sweet. All it needed now was ice. She opened the refrigerator to grab some ice. There was no ice. She was sad. Jane was sad. It doesn't say that, but I would be sad if there was no. No, we can do the sentence and the vocabulary for next week, next class, tomorrow. So tomorrow we will review the same reading. We will talk about the vocabulary of the reading, and then we will do the quiz on that. Okay, so I think that is everything for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your patience and your kindness. You are more than I deserve. If you have any questions, you can still put them in the link below, and we will address those questions in the next class tomorrow. Thank you again for your time and your patience. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Again, stay safe, and don't forget to practice, 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 because practice makes perfect. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.